they get loss of confidence for inside the process. Although they say to when it comes to things like technology, according to what they see for March 18 elections will be governorship, they say in a way it better pass what they see for presidency, but at the same time they can't get better violence where they spoil everything for inside the whole process. Now according to them, they say the March 18 elections now so the team take waka be when you compare them with the February 25 election. They say they go still present their final report on top of this matter, and they go still bring suggestion and recommendation. So how we go take improve the electoral framework in the next few months. But in terms of how the whole thing take waka, they're not to score Nigeria very, very high, especially when it gets to do with the performance of INEC.
All right, and the second story we will get for here on top the 10th assembly, that na the assembly where they come. All Jews or Kaludo begin talk with story people who say, in fact, he don't be in own turn. The way Tinubu take talk that time, say Emilio come. He don't begin talking, he won't say, now in turn don't reach to be Senate president on top the 10th assembly. The Senate week begin talk this matter when story people begin ask some question for March 21st, 2023. He can the urge all APC, say the zone the seats come in village because now in qualifying, now in Sabi pass, now in supposed to be the number 4th man for the country. And based on saying they represent Abia North Senatorial District, and he don't get re-election into the 10th Senate as we don't conclude that election for February 25th, 2023.
More to they come out on top election matter this time around. Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as far as we know, they still declare one or two in terms of who win and who not win. As a matter of fact, starting with the People's Democratic Party governorship candidate for Zamfara State, like say Naim they come out as governor-elect Oga Dauda Lawal. They're saying carry like 377,000 votes. Defeating sitting governor Bello Matawale of the APC, we carry like 311,000 votes, plus some extra change like that. They can't declare him a winner for inside Gusau, the state's capital, early hours of today, will be Tuesday, with small drama will can happen at the end of the day. Also, moving on, inside the APC, Senator Ubasani they declare as winner of 2023 governorship election for inside Kaduna State. And a returning officer for the state, Vice Chancellor of Usman Danfodio University for Sokoto, Professor Lawal Suleiman Bilbis, come out can't talk this one, saying collect like 730,002 votes, defeating Oga Isa Ashiru of PDP, we collect like 719,196 votes. Our Labour Party candidate and NNPP have been followed them for back. Related developments too also declare People's Democratic Party Oga Simini Alai Fubara as the winner of Rivers State governorship election, and in follow or in defeat Oga Tonyeko we've been follow up for back. More and more results they come out, of course, for inside Benue State. Reverend Father Ali Anai collects winner of the governorship with APC party way in Tanda puts and in defeat Titus Uba. At the end of the day, different results still they come out on top of the matter. Of course, when they see the ones we don't already did there, and as far as we know, some kind of contesting they come out from inside different parts of the country. But we're going to bring more updates on those ones as it's already then they develop.
All right, and follow on top the presidential election matter. Peter Obi said officially don't carry waka go write petition say tribunal we no go agree. The Labour Party presidential candidates don't submit petition based on some kind of things when don't look about the election will happen, where INEC don't announce Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu as winner of the general election, can they make him as president-elect. And the chief spokesperson don't begin talk now about how the campaign take go. That's now Tanko don't announce the development for statements where they release early hours for Tuesday, begin and how they want to do the petition. Say the lawyers for the party and the presidential candidates don't meet court, don't submit all the things where they're supposed to submit based on the inspection of the electoral material and for the build-up of the tribunal and the case where they come.
Oh, now remember that Oga will be like say, now be the mouthpiece between people where be like say they don't kidnap their family members and the terrorists. Yes, so the man himself, Oga Mamu, wey be Kaduna-based Islamic scholar Tuku Mohammed Mamu, yes, 9 Federal High Court come reason in matter today onto 10-count charge of terrorism. Now we know say when the first gbab when JSS first gbab last year, don't deal with them since then. Just they collect small breeze like that before they come reason in matter today. And the justice based done on top put for a maternal justice here and Edem Equal. And they can't reason 1 or 2 things where they carry put on top in body, like offenses relating to violent attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train, in which several people them they've been gbabbed them. For inside the charges where they carry put on top in body, Bonga government be accused Ogamamu say it be like saying they aid and abet Boko Haram terrorism attacks against innocent Nigerians. They also accuse them, say, let's say, collect some sums of money for inside different currency on behalf of Boko Haram terrorists. Also, they say it be like that kind of $420,000 now they collect from the families of the attack victims, plus another 21 million naira from another set of family that just they bring different accusation put on top in body. As a matter of fact, even the one of say in concealed terrorism fund for inside in Kaduna residence, that's the house when they say for inside Kaduna, in violation of provisions of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Of course, Ogamamu when they call ask him, Oga, you see all this matter now we don't arrange put for your body in say he not follow for inside though, not guilty. Now waiting in talk. In lawyer Mohammed Danusa come move motion at the request for bail. Say Ogamamu like say as they don't keep him since don't they suffer from some kind of sickness like that, and he go need surgery. Of course, Ubunge government vehemently opposed this request. Say to should DSS get medical doctors and hospital now, any treatment where they want to treat, they treat them for them. But at the end of the day, Justice Ekwo can reserve ruling till date where they will communicate to the different firm party. But she said that's bail. Okay, like say go still remain with DSS. They take small breeze until we reason your matter finish.
And now there the matter they on top of
right, now welcome, Cook of the Matter. Now we see full ground inside for studio here today. And of course, not be only me there inside studio. I carry better Oga with me. Will they follow me run one or two things inside studio. Make I see welcome Oga LFZ again.
Thank you so much.
You try to come follow us down today.
You be the real leader.
Drink that or something. Drop cup. Drink and make it right because you go answer plenty questions today, even though you they follow me the wrong show, not be say you the guest, but of course, good to have you here. So welcome. All right, you don't hear some of the theory them where we carry put for front of Nigerians. Some going to talk about different things, like of course the different results we see they come out, you know, as per winners of some states and the people where they lose to and all that. I don't know whether any of those results surprise you in any way, at least from all the results we don't get so far from the different states.
No, I think the talk about the results and whether it surprises us, no be even the key talk. Plenty talk there inside that matter. Number one, you want also look whether voter apathy day, people really come out to vote. Waiting be the expectation of the people. Of course, we don't see surprises for some kind state, like even the Zamfara state where you mentioned. I mean, nobody even knows, say, Oga Dauda go still can win the state based on the kidnapping where even happened, where police even can help bring back the INEC officials where they kidnap, you know, and pockets of all those issues around the governorship election. Like, look, Benue State now. You know, some people also, they talk, say, Benue State, APC be no favor on una still vote APC and all that. But the funny thing about the Benue State, when we say, at least now, Reverend Father, they don't go get office of the First Lady. And they'll feel save that.
It go make any difference.
It go make, now they'll feel save that money. But then again, you also want to look voter apathy and how this election actually don't even bring us together as a people. It really bring us together, it divide us along ethnic lines. And where would they go from here? In terms of the technology we use, in terms of how we INEC conduct the results. You know, some people also, they blame INEC. Oh, security mean they like this. INEC know they're in charge of security, actually. The lead agency for security for election are police. So we need to talk about all these things to know where we really did in terms of security for election, in terms of vote buying. Did we do well? How we do to curb them or increase? Or we see people where they do vote buying for this election, this governorship election, and how the people they perceive the person where they bring in, we go lead them for another 4 years.
So, well, in terms of some of the issues where you mentioned, like vote buying, like, you know, I think 1 or 2 suppression and intimidation will be happen. Of course, the Oyibo people then, where they took out for inside our matter, they don't write their own reports, give, and they're not to score Nigeria very highly in terms of this. We know, say, clearly, work day where we need to do, you know, going forward. But I get to come back to the people who come out in positions of this leadership, because who go start the work if not for them? Nigerian people will fit talk, quarrel, but the most important thing now, who we can carry put for front, say, now this people go they lead the charge to make sure, say, by the time we do another election, it go waka as it's supposed waka. So now I come back to the issues of, okay, anyone where at least Nigerians fit talk, say, okay, hope go day for inside there. Of course, any which way you look at different states with their different results, it they sweet some people, it they pepper some people. The most important thing is that the sweet way they sweet, and the sweet will give us the change where we need to see for inside Nigeria.
And again, so one thing we need to also know is say, no matter who enter the office, whether a person where you vote for, a person where you no vote for, the truth be say the person no feel lead only the people where you vote for. It go lead all of us. So the more we they take time, they correct why he enter, why they no put this one, the more we they give them long time not to do what they supposed to do, because now we supposed they hold them responsible, say, waiting you talk for your manifesto, waiting you tell us when you come campaign. I hope say no big puff campaign you can't do for our area. Now actual campaign of what you go do. Oh yeah, how you go take do them? Which people go work with you to achieve this thing where you don't talk. You know, because we just talk, if no be XZP, now ZDP, why you no put MMP? Why you can't put this one? Why you can't put that one? But meanwhile, with they waste time, they go instead more begin, tell them, as you don't resume office, this office no be office where they can't sleep, now office where they can't work, and the work now for the people.
Well, points where you make there, though some people go see the reason I'm saying, as they never see resume office, chance still to change 1 or 2 things. Because take, for instance, presidential candidate of Labour Party, Oga Peter Obi, officially now submit petition where they challenge the process will lead to the outcome of the February 25 elections 2023. If I go by the logic where you talk just now, say, make we allow the people who don't already come out, make them start their work, then of course this one where the presidential candidate of Labour Party been do, of course, through his chief spokesperson, Obi-Datti Presidential Campaign, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, come on, they talk, say, they're not like the way they think they work out, so they challenge the process at the end of the year. Of course, lawyers don't arrange votes. Party presidential candidate don't approach the court. They don't seek permission to inspect different materials. Of course, all these things don't already day ground. Now, again, I come back to that, your logic. That's the way you talk. Make Oga Peter Obi and any other aggrieved candidate, whether presidential, whether governorship, make them continue because they believe, say, waiting come out not be the right result, or make them kukuma just leave everything, make they work together in peace.
No, I mean, so you talk and well, and of course, we don't feel put aside, we don't feel carry left hand, take shift judiciary one side. Of course, when people feel, say, waiting happen, no go to their taste, they feel sick. Waiting on what they call redress for courts, the competence of the courts. But then again, we suppose no. Say government no they pause. You know, say, oh, because some say we no go agree on top cocoa of the matter go can't stop. No, government they continue. You understand? As you they seek your redress, and I make common man they talk say, we could make the redress they speed. The case where they court make it go speedily so that we fit get action plan quick results quick. But as we they do that one, the government no fit stop. So why the government no fit stop? As we they seek, say, make court do stuff, we need to also they push, say, make government do the right thing.
Okay. Very, very important. Of course, Nigerians, they try to the best of their knowledge and their ability to deploy all the ways where they know, say, they fit try to make sure, say, government, they do the right thing. Whether that thing where Nigerians, they do it, they enough, we'll never go really know until we start to see the results. But for now, make we take a small break. If like say they want to see Marcus too, give us 1 or 2 scores before we come back with our guests. They run the rest of the cocoa of the matter with all of them. We don't turn that put. Remember, so when I go chook mouth inside, we make it turn that put by your phone. When we come back, the cocoa of the matter, it will continue.
Where could they go? Go where? Look, I came alone. You came alone. Why are you asking me to go with you?
What is a road? I say, let us go. You say a road.
The most important.
All right, now welcome back. No mind us, we see they discuss one or two for Inside Studio because, we need to make sure, say, by the time we come like this, we don't arrange everything keep for Una. All right, Una, welcome once more to Cocoa of the Matter inside Wazobia Max Television, and we don't reach the Cocoa of the Day, true. Of course, different things don't they happen in terms of the outcome of the elections. Some people say they feel presidential elections, but that one comes to be like, say, fast more. The one where they are at the most that recently concluded governorship and state House of Assembly elections, and right just allow it don't happen. Waiting be the way forward. Waiting be by the time governance kick in 100%, enter inside gear 3, we know everything don't arrange put. And we carry better guests who will follow us using this matter with us inside studio. Make we especially welcome Oga Salihu Dantata. Will be one of our only erudites. Yes. Okay. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very
much. All right, make we go straight into the matter. What will be the biggest lesson where you feel, say, Nigerians take away from everything we get to do with the elections, both from preparation to when it actually happened, to the declaration of the results, and the reactions where Nigerians they get in general?
Well, we learn plenty things. The kind thing where we learn be say, make person not think say because I don't spend 20 years for governorship, for Senate or House of Reps, say small termite no fee defeat me. I will give you a bonga example. Okada rider win reps for Kaduna Labour Party. Yobe, small boy, where they 5 years, where the incumbent speaker, the state assembly, he defeated him after 20 years in the state assembly. In Abuja here, the senator will spend 20 years, woman on the Labour Party, can't defeat her. But the only things be say, I will take state like Yobe, for instance, Potuskum, Nangare, federal constituency. Something happened where we want to make INEC do something. Not be my state, but say, as we talk things like this, people believe in us as role model. How a whole area commander will stand for integrity and passionate policing, where they in charge of election for that area. Overnight, through connivance of state fired, they can't change them. The deputy commissioner for that state can't come with a mopole. From there, they can't change things, change that area commander. Where shit were supposed to carry 13, they carry right 113. That is Nengere Potuskum Federal Constituency, precisely for Njojim Al-Laraba ward for Potuskum. Outside that, you get plenty places where this kind of malpractices happen. You remember, International Republican Institute from America, National Democratic Institute, they say the presidential election was marred by malpractice. NNPP for Canada, this governorship. People, I go there. Kwankwaso's NNPP produce governor, party produce House of Rep, Senator, and other parties. So that is to say, this our democracy show difference. Where they say you dividend. If you be senator, may move motions where go bring social security, international, and not be their inheritance.
This issue of, say, people where get, what you call an NCE, all these certificates, say they just feel come Okada rider and everything. Is there enough to just say, make I try? Abi, it get other show working where these people don't do, where you feel say, help them enter inside. Because we don't believe, say, Nigerians just want to come out people just for commoting sake. Anybody where they come out, we believe, say, that they put them because, say, they don't see, say, this person gets something, where go bring, where go make the difference where they want to see. Abi, not just case of, say, for example, now, I want create structure. Oh, yeah, I will be Labour Party. I know you will commenter. Waiting you feel, say, Nigerians really do in terms of this shift to vex and the vex?
Well, basically, that person supposed to get credibility for the people. Where, for example, maybe one information day where he get the kind of assistance where they give us in corporate service, NNPP take win, not be out of nothing. Because if you look at Kwankwaso's antecedent, I've been observing it since 2011. Those universities, India, across the globe, in fact, bring free education, Igbo benefit, even your Delta antecedent. So I use NNPP for instance. Then again, because some people are on different from Kwankwaso, because it's for Southeast, that they agitated, say they don't sideline us, they don't marginalize, so make we mark on show. And the can't raise where they can't show. A lot of people say now social media candidate. But see the
Kaduna will be Okada rider.
Yes,
that
LP.
other young guy for Edo,
Yes.
we say him be one jackpot before, but now he has seen don't clinch House of Rep. But people they talk about experience. Say how they go take lead when they be no get experience, and most of them no get people we don't first go the road, show them the road.
You see, we they make mistake. Even the forefathers of ours were fight for our independence. If we compare their experience, how many it be? The thing be say, as they give you that opportunity experience. So I will give you vivid example. By 1999, where we elected governors, outside Kwankwaso, there was once deputy speaker during Babangida's short-lived republic, 1993, where they not take. And Bukar Abba Ibrahim, where become governor of Yobe, and Olusegun Osoba, where become governor of Ogun State, and Mohammed Lawal, Rear Admiral, where be military governor of Ogun State during Babangida military regime, and other ones. Tell me how many of the governors for 1999, Ojiuzo Kalu, where become governor of Abia, in even State Assembly before. You know, Holland, a businessman. James Ibori, where become Delta. Which experience he get? Dr. Musa Inua, Kure was a civil servant in FCDA. He not get political experience. He became governor of Niger State. Then, when you can't take from there, you come go Lagos. Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, where become governor. Now, civil society person.
But him be none the scope of all those things with them Abiola that time.
Forget that one activism. Abiola was never president then. No be presidency they are all. When you did civil society, they different with political governance.
Okay.
Therefore, if those people where I mentioned go feel become, or you go talk say Akume, he was a PAMSEC in Benin State Civil Service. He not get political experience, only administrative experience. So you see political leadership. Even this was where you go see say they elect president. Not be only president they do or governor. That is why they get ministers, advisors. For state you go get commissioners. As Buhari day now, even though as a retired general, he get national security advisor, he get service chiefs, he get IG. Now only for him to give order, and the thing go. So these people where we elect now, within the system, they go learn them. You get one member from Abuja South, Honorable Issa Dobi, when he be chairman, Gwagwalada Area Council before. The time he win House of Rep 2007, when we sit down, they say, by the grace of God, I go know how to do legislation. Invisibly, I was the man's advisor. When the man come reps, within 2 years, he go move motion, they go do bill. All these bills where they see now lawyers sometimes they gather where they do them. So the workings where they there. And don't forget, as then they, whether a state assembly member elect or House of Rep or Senate elect, he get retreat what they do for them.
Yes.
For example, now we get National Assembly legislative, what have you, Institute of Legislative Studies, where they Danube for my time. It gave a full-fledged political scientist as Director General, Professor Olanrewaju Suleiman. So all these senator elect House of Rep, they go do retreat over the time. Before expiration of 1 year, they go learn how to move motion, how to prepare bill. The same thing for state. The same thing the way where if you appoint ministers, then they do presidential retreat.
So they go learn on the job.
They go learn because, and outside that, don't forget, there is International Parliamentary Association, African, all these conferences, seminars, then they go. Then don't forget also as they enter the National Assembly, whether in a state assembly or national assembly, whether in upper chamber or lower chamber, they get their own consultants too.
Okay.
People will be specialists or bonge people will go teach them.
Okay. All right. At least that lesson they very, very clear. At least they encourage a lot of Nigerians, especially those of a lot of Nigerians where they reason the matter of say, okay, we not like the way things happen for inside this election. We not they satisfied. And maybe the next step now, as Ogadan Tata don't talk, no matter your age now, reason the matter of say, as long as you don't pass 18, reason the matter of say, why not become part of the system and then try to see, say this evening. Any other lesson where you face Nigerians we take away from this? Because when you look at governorship and State House of Assembly elections, where we expect, say, a lot of things go down, improve from what we see for inside presidential. Instead, it's not really two mixes. I think other than beavers, every other thing still continue. The malpractices, the intimidation, the violence, everything. It can't be like, say, even double self. Going forward, in terms of how we conduct elections, waiting with the lesson for Nigerians now so that we don't go fit since ourselves inside this problem again. Because a lot of Nigerians come away from Saturday the 18th with, now like this we go the day.
Now we get the view and comment, we don't get the power. Even the International Observer Organization, they talk and say, now INEC, then go hold responsible. The president don't provide everything where he go provide. The Senate Committee on INEC, House of Reps, they don't ratify, approve all the money where CBN go give. And even the rumor where I hear, they say the INEC chairman say no go collect through transfer. They must give cash. It be like saying cash they give for all the ad hoc payment, for payment of other electoral services, security and waiting. Waiting can't happen. Beavers where you not say go authenticate and accurately count. They can't fail us. Then even the cyber, the transfer, the transmission, all of them, they get problem. So no matter what Nigerians go do, we not get the strength. The thing be say, as this president-elect, when they inaugurate them, they meant they restructure INEC. If you not they qualify, may they appoint you as chairman. You know here what in Wiki they talk? Yeah, I say Wiki Amechi, where the member of APC, even though we're not supposed to mention, you are what he say. So it means
but that's an allegation because we go also wait to make them to respond.
So within themselves now they talk. So what would they talk? We say for INEC we need to restructure them for efficiency. See, security agencies from police, DSS, Army, Navy, Air Force, VIO, Road Safety, Immigration, will participate for inside this election to provide security. Even the International Observer, they hail them. The only people where they indict now INEC. Even resident electoral commissioner for Sokoto, you see him. Instead of one to work with his colleague, you go work with ad hoc, where they talk do inconclusive. INEC chairman can't suspend that. So the way where they supposed to do the work, they not do it. So Nigerians, no matter what you will go do, now INEC will go call upon, say make the restructure, make the day more efficient, so that we not go to face this international embarrassment. Even European Union, you know, see their statement. They give damning report about Nigeria, and we are the emerging force for Africa. After America, the whole country where they feel na Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Alhaji Dantata, on this plenty talk where you don't follow us. Just short time, but you don't give us so much talk according to the one or two where we happen for inside this election period. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a small break. When we come back, Cook Up the Matter will continue. Another Ogbonge guest, they're on ground to reason one or two with us when they come back.
All right, now welcome back on Top Cocoa of the Matter. And of course, we dey here they talk about plenty political matter. And of course, we don't come back with another Ogbonge guest, now political analyst. That's now big name we will give him. And the name now Ambassador Phil Roberts. And together, we go to yarn, he get one or two, we go drop on Top Cocoa of the Matter. We go make yourself know say the guy they loaded come. If you look and where you know say he ready come. All right, Mokwi, start with you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Now, Pigeon will speak for here because the way I should fire down Ibogo, Sophia don't catch me. So,
Welcome, Ambassador Roberts.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you again.
All right, we still there on lessons from the just concluded elections. A lot of mixed feelings, they come out everywhere. The people where they complain, we have one or two where they rejoice, you know, based on say, waiting they want, nine they get, or waiting they want, nine they no get. But in terms of way forward for Nigeria, we get to talk about way forward because when you look at other people, we know really dey inside our matter, we say make them from far stand, reason how we take do this thing. A lot of the people we don't come out not give us good score at all. And you know, say last we must show ourselves, we must improve on what we they do. No matter how some people they happy now, truth be say room day for improvement, right? So waiting you go feel say go be the core areas where we need to work on going forward, and in terms of our approach to elections. And I'm not just talk about the political class, I talk about the electorate as well. Waiting we need to do differently, we go give us better results come next election season.
Okay, thanks so much. I think say, the thing we go do there now, we say our Nigerians need to understand, say, this election don't expose a lot of things to us. You don't let us understand, say, election every 4 years is for everybody. It's not just for a particular class of people. It means that anybody if you come out, contest, and you go win.
You fit win.
Not you fit win, you go win. Trust me. After this election,
that winning they depend on the PVC where people get and if they support the person to win.
That support also come from how you do your mathematics. You know, go feel just because if any business where you do, you must understand how that business did. So if you go into politics, you must understand how politics works. And a lot of times, waiting they happen to Nigerians, we say, they always think of the negative side. What if I go and not can win? Now I'm waiting to a lot of people we're supposed to take form for Labour Party. I know of somebody who be supposed to take form for Port Harcourt. I know we'll call this thing. But he's supposed to take form for Labour Party, but he didn't take the form. Somebody will be nobody. Now he can't take that form, can't win. The guy can't reverse. And he got his own on the platter of gold. So another part of the election will really play a lot of role, because I was part of the people who come outside, come campaign about religion. Religion, be like say religion, but one can start to they play one kind small whatever, because some of these politicians come out, they talk a lot of things, especially when they've been talking things about Dr. Paul Enenche and all of those things. And I came out and I'm like, we shouldn't bring religion. The polity was already heated up. And bringing in religion, you the contract to see how you go use them, oppress a lot of people. Because this is the first time again where I notice say Christians really come out to vote. And they came out to also hear their voice. But before, some of us will come from church.
If you look at me in the part of whether religion or so, it just has to do with a lot of region. You know, some places before, I mean, where some you also know, they go say voter apathy, this some side, maybe it's this part of the country, that part of the country. And also, we they see before, where we say, even for Abuja here, where we day, you go see, say, during election, some of the people where they our area, go travel, go back home, go do election. So it just be say this time around, everybody been look and say, no, we need to be part of this process. We go bring in the person.
And then they cry for change. That what happen. What happened for this election nearly be what happened for 2015 when we just won't come on PDP by all means and brought President Buhari. Because it was even after the election when APC don't win this election. Now PDP and Labour Party and the rest of them they form that alliance. And people were saying that, see these people, when on are supposed to form that alliance before the election, and I no agree form the alliance. Now when the election don't finish, and I say APC don't win, now I can't start to form the alliance. Before the election, I was part of a couple of strategic meetings that I followed up where, what's his name again? Kwankwaso had negotiations with Peter Obi. Peter Obi also had negotiations with Atiku. Somehow, I don't know how I find myself in some of all those things, but I was following up. And these guys, they refused to build that alliance.
You feel say it affects the outcome as we see them eventually?
Not be say you feel say it affected it. Because if you look now, all of them, after they don't lose election, this is the first time after losing election, political parties go come together in love. They can't say, then they hold press conference. The vice president's candidate of the other party, LP with
the vice president of PDP.
They're not building brotherhood. It was so funny. I was like, but this is what you guys should have done before. Nevertheless, another lesson that we learned from this election shows that resilience and it shows that Nigerian spirit. Look at the man that won, Tinubu, the president-elect. He said it from the first day, say, it is my turn and I'm going to rule. And he walked the process and he achieved it. So that is another reason why a lot of times I tell a lot of young people and some other people waiting for different businesses. I say, you see this man in the court, Tinubu, he's the true Nigerian. He has a Nigerian spirit. Because for Nigeria, we need to give up. I saw a publication yesterday where they still add Nigerians as the most happiest people in the world. I say, what will happen now?
Yeah, we did sixth for Africa. Then
they're still rating us.
For
you understand? So look at what is happening. There is cash crunch. There is, if you want even transfer money, you go. I traveled out of the country last week, and I came back. I landed in Lagos because I said I must do for this election. Immediately I come back, can't see how my network was malfunctioning. I couldn't do my transfers from my bank here in Nigeria. But when I've been there, I went to Ghana and Kenya. When I've been there, those two countries, if I just do my this thing, film.
So what's with the resilience now? Wait is still on this matter, because I want to address some from two areas. One, you mentioned using the president-elect as example.
Yes.
So in a way, we say if you represent the political class, and then you talk about resilience on the part of Nigerian people. In terms of the political class, resilience no go translate to what we see. You say any politician we won't get in way, go do all and every to get that in way. That is one. And then secondly, on the part of Nigerian people, when we talk about resilience, this is now one of the most hopeful elections where Nigerians they look up to. But in terms of participation, now it even was past 2019. So when you talk about resilience, which area of resilience, so that we go use that to continue to build on that resilience, may not be like say we call resilience, but in order to translate for inside the areas where you're supposed to translate.
The truth of the matter is, like I've been talking before, any business where you do, you go try to understand that business. And if you know say you want to prosper in that business, you go build up strategies and build up stuff where you go use achieve success for that business. Now, Tinubu, President-elect Tinubu came out and said it is his turn and he was going to win the election. He did all he could do to win the election. He was not sleeping. Whether you talk saying Rigo or you say no Rig.
If you say you know they sleep, you go come be as if other parties been they sleep.
No, it's a figure of speech. Okay. You understand? So I cannot just come out and say it's my turn and I'm going to rule. And I go back and sit down and I'm drinking beer in the club or something, and I'm not working towards the process. That is what I'm trying to say. A lot of other Nigerians also works the process. NMPP, I was privileged to be part of the people that followed NMPP for a majority of their campaigns. In fact, I powered some of their locations for the campaign. And I saw that this is the first time that Kwankwaso really campaigned. And with what I saw, I did tell people with there, I said, Kwankwaso no go negotiate. Kwankwaso go fight this thing to make sure, say, in come out with that political name we didn't know Kwankwaso. Because a lot of people when they don't say, oh, Kwankwaso go sell out to Tinubu or Atiku, instead fight to make sure, say, in come out.
Ambassador, when
it was true to the cause.
When we talk about technology,
yes.
I mean, where we deploy for the general election, beavers for the general election and the National Assembly election, the governorship election and State House of Assembly.
Yeah.
How you take these beavers, what will be the confidence you get in them? You give them thumbs up or you say, no, we feel do better, or more just go back to where they come from, the days of card reader?
Okay, I will join that to the question she asked for resilience. Now, I've spoken on the part of the politicians, now for the Nigerian people. Now, the beavers are supposed to be the game changer. But it can't happen, say, the beavers, now some people can't use play their mathematics. Now, some of the election polling units where I've been covered, I've been noticing some people, when they just go, say, network don't fail, then we just waka go house. They say, oh, network. But some sites, where I go, I notice they say, oh, no network, oh, this is some Nigerians will bring out their phone, hotspots, to say, take, connect, because they want to make sure that we talk, say we will deliver this election and we will deliver this election. That is what they did. Now, the beavers were supposed to be the game changer, like I said. But if you look at them well, in a lot of places, the beavers work. The only places where the beavers no work, now for those places where they don't already decide, say they go play their mago-mago. Let us be very factual. The only places where the beavers no work, now the places where they say they go play, where they don't plan, say they go use and do their 419 and all those corrupt things to make sure, say, the election no good day playing for them. Now I make the viewers no work for that place. But with what they've been tell us, and from a lot of meetings we attend, the beavers was supposed to be the game changer. I was on a TV program last 2 weeks, and I can't tell them, say, for all those places where I see where beavers no work, is like we going back to how we started. In those days when beavers never come out, how would they vote? That is 1990, then they count. And how come they go count very well? And people go steal election. Anyhow you do them, the election will take place and people go win. The only thing we did there be say, if people don't decide, say, then go play mago-mago, there is nothing you can do. If you like, bring Michael Jackson, make him design the newest technology in electioneering. If they don't decide, if these politicians decide, say, then go rig the election, now only God then go fit change their mind.
As a matter of fact, just as we round up, because our time don't day out, unfortunately, the major question will be asked now, lessons learned. So in 10 seconds, if you were to use this beavers example now to talk about how we go learn lessons going forward, who will go hold accountable for the treachery of beavers? 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds, INEC chairman is the biggest fraud.
Allegedly.
If you say allegedly,
hold accountable. Now the question where we ask.
As far as I'm concerned, because he's the
so
chairman.
Hold accountable.
He's the chairman of the Electoral Committee.
So we go hold him accountable.
We hold him accountable. Right. There's no negotiation. He's the chairman. He's the director. He's everything. He was the one that money was given to. Over 300 and something billion.
No, the institute actually take money, not the INEC chairman. So that
but he was the one that defended it and brought everything. You cannot say you cannot take him out of the equation.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Phil Roberts. Thank you so much for the talk we don't put. And I don't hear lessons learned. I think the biggest takeaway from all talk we don't talk today be say at the end of the day it's still there inside the hands of the Nigerian people. If you hold INEC today, who go bring the right leaders, we go bring the right head of INEC. Assuming say this one actually gets any faults we in play. But for today we'll close my comment for Mr. Asiwaju. Thank you so much once again. Fizi, I need to hear you especially. You do well, you try. So me I'll let you know that be my name. We'll go see you next time.